Are you ready to be inspired, empowered, and connected? You're just in time for the Connect Show with Sandy Glant, Wendy Morales, and Stitches, where women in business and female entrepreneurs come together to build generational wealth, make big money moves, and create lasting impact. We network, we influence, and we uplift each other every Saturday morning, where your journey to success begins.
Happy Saturday, Connect family, and welcome to another amazing episode of the Connect Network TV right here on the CW. I'm your girl Stitches with my amazing gal pal.
Hey, how you doing?
Sandy Glant and Wendy Morales is out today, but it's okay. We have a powerhouse show for you today. We're diving into truly the business blueprint of one of Hollywood's most successful and truly strategic stars. I love me some Reese Witherspoon. Now we're not just talking about her Oscars, her red carpet looks, all those things, but Reese has actually built a $900 million empire. And the steps she took can really be applied by anyone looking to grow their brand or business.
Well, that's great news for all of us building business out here. So let's get into it. From identifying gaps in the market to building partnerships that make sense, to turning a personal mission into a profitable empire. We've broken her career down into actionable moves you can use right now. So let's get into it. So whether you're running a small business, launching a side hustle, or dreaming of your own brand, stick with us. This episode could change how you approach growth forever. So Stitch, I want to ask you, what does it mean to build something authentic that represents your values?
I think honestly, that's everything, because we're in a time frame, and we've talked about it on the show before, where people kind of can see through the smoke and mirrors, and they want to know more about the person behind the brand, and they can kind of smell when something is off, and they're just not going to buy into it. So for me, that it really means everything. If I don't align, and we were talking right before we get into the show, if I don't align with the brand, I'm not going to endorse it for $1, because I think in the long run, it's going to either help you or hurt you. But if you're true to the brand, people are going to want to stick with you because they trust you. And even if it's not that great, but you're honest about it, you're honest about the flaws, and you're honest about the good things and the bad things, people are more likely to, like I said, stick with you in the long run. What about you?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I actually, I've researched Reese and got some backstory on how she built this insanely massive empire. Yeah. And one of the things that she did, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it today, was she actually reverse engineered the entire movie market. So instead of coming to the producers or making a movie and wondering if it was a box office hit, she reverse engineered and started her book club to see what would work first. And then that was like her test market. And she used that to guarantee that there was a market for it. Then took those books that were exploding and everybody was obsessed with, and then turned those into the movie. So how smart of her to take an industry where she didn't have to just wait for roles, to be given to her. She totally just dominated the market.
There's a meme on that I always send.
Wait, what's the meme?
Oh, that.
Oh, yes, exactly. 100%. Well, let's break down the background and the origin. So Reese, as I just mentioned, noticed a gap. So women's stories weren't being told in Hollywood the way they should be. And then she started sharing her favorite books online and built a community before building the business, like we were just talking about. And the book club evolved into a content hub, books, TV shows, movies, all with female-driven stories. The really cool thing here is the market research was being done during those book clubs to give proof of concept that the movies would actually be the box office hits.
I love that. And run through proof of content for us when going to pitch and when going to really present your idea to someone. Explain the importance of that really quick, Sandy.
Yeah, so we can all we can all just like assume or guess that something is going to be a hit or that people are going to love it, but we never really know, right? Like
Right.
we can have faith in that and think that it might be a good idea, but if you can actually test it before you go to market with it, meaning it could be a small test group. In her case, she had thousands or hundreds of thousands of women that were in her book clubs that were giving her the feedback, but you don't need that. You can start with a small group of friends or a community, 5, 10, 50 women that are giving you feedback. And if they're loving that, and it's not something that just starts out as a flop and goes nowhere, when you're getting the feedback that they're really interested and they want more, that's when you know you're onto something.
That's good. So take advantage of it. Whatever, I guess, market you have or whatever access you have, use it. So let's talk brand vision. Reese positioned Hello Sunshine with a clear, memorable mission, a female-led stories for everyone. She made it relatable and accessible. She wasn't just about celebrities, okay? And it was about real women who could relate. So she used her own personality as the face of the brand. Authenticity is key. That was key in her case. So data-driven decisions, Sandy. Reese's team tracked audience engagement, like you mentioned, from day one. They wasted no time. They paid attention to which books posts were most popular, effective. They used that data to guide what to produce next. And this wasn't random. Every project was backed by audience insight. So they were strategic.
Yeah, so strategic and scaling the business. Once they had proof of concept and they knew what was going to work, they expanded into podcasts, scripted series, and of course, film, and then partnered so smart with streaming platforms, Apple, Netflix, Hulu. Every step still tied back to the mission, women's stories.
So let's talk about the big sale. In 2021, Hello Sunshine sold to a media company backed by Blackstone for $900 million. Reese stayed actively involved and proving you can sell big and still be creative or keep creative influence.
Absolutely. And this is where the lesson for entrepreneurs really starts. Whether you're starting a boutique clothing line, a coaching program, or your own book club, you can use your platform to create a loyal audience and then use that audience to fuel your business growth. So Stitches, this is like turning fans into family and then into fuel for your empire. So what if you could take Reese's exact playbook and apply it to your own business? That's exactly where we're going next. How to shift your marketing strategy and start seeing big results fast.
Reveal the most radiant version of you at Austin Plastic Surgery Institute. Their board-certified surgeons and aesthetic experts offer world-class care in body, breast, face, and skincare treatments. With precision, artistry, and compassion, they create natural results that reflect your confidence. Call 512-920-6078. Visit austinpsi.com or stop by 4701 B Caves Road, Suite 202. APSI, where beauty meets brilliance.
Welcome back, Connect fam. Okay, how can we shift from our own marketing strategies and get big results like Reese Witherspoon? Well, we've done the homework for you. You're welcome. And the good news is you don't have to be a Hollywood A-lister to use these same strategies. We've dissected her career moves, her business pivots, and the way she positions herself. And we've turned it into a simple, repeatable blueprint that anyone can use to stand out.
I love this. So let's delve a little deeper. So Reese's book, Reese Witherspoon, who we're talking about, her book club wasn't random. It was rooted in what she loves. Find your book club equivalent, something fun, but data rich. Watch for patterns in what your audience responds to. Identify your mission. What is the change you want to make? And actually consider this. Reese was actually championing women's stories. Yours might be something completely opposite or different, but equally powerful. Find your niche and find the gap in your market. Where are the needs going? Where are they met or unmet? How can you serve a community of others that are overlooked?
Yeah, absolutely. And step 2 is to build community before you sell. This is so powerful. So Reese gave free value for years before she started monetizing. Some examples of this were local Facebook groups. She was doing IG lives or workshops.
Nice.
And why slow burn marketing creates super fans. So start small. Just like Reese's book club that she had started, create a flagship project that embodies your mission. And this could be for a product or a service or a content series. But most of all, as we continue to reiterate, build authentic community. This is something that once you build it, you will have this forever as long as you're consistent and engaging. So engage with your audience consistently. Make it about them. Remember, it's never about you. You are there to bring the value and to serve and not just sell.
That's good. And it's something I want to touch on. I know, Sandy, you're going to go into some other things as well. I know some people might be thinking like, oh, she's a celebrity. She already had the celebrity status and all the things, but you don't have to really be a celebrity to start. Just keep that in mind.
Right.
Start with that niche. Start with that missing gap. For example, my best friend recently had a child that's, God's grace, after 15 years, he blessed her with a child with her husband, her first child, but she realized that there was something missing for moms who may have husbands who are on the road and traveling. Like, find what you've maybe experienced and that you wished you had, or pay attention to some certain things that people are going through that they're saying they wish they had, and
Right.
make sure it's something that you care about, so it's easy for you to do, I'll say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even just based on that, we want to talk about step 3, which is turning insights into offers. So Reese noticed certain types of books, and then she made them into movies and series. And then in business, turning trending topics into products or services. An example of this would be having, let's say you're a local bakery, right? And then your local bakery sees the pumpkin spice blow up. I mean, we see the PSL everywhere, especially now as I hate to say it, but we're getting into fall. It's still August. I need to wait till at least September, but we're going to go there. It's still summer. And then maybe you go and launch the PSL menu and events to coincide with that. This is great for up north where I came from in Pennsylvania. I can just see really cute, small, like bakeries or coffee shops aligning with different like farmers or like farmers markets. Like that is a solid, strong idea because you know that the market is ready and there for it. So use feedback and data, track what resonates, then double down on that. Be patient but persistent. Reese didn't build her company Hello Sunshine overnight, and neither will you.
I love it. And her partnership, Reese has partnered with top authors, publishers, and streaming services. Find collaborators that add reach, that you can. Sometimes all you got to do is send a DM or send a message. You just never know. Just shoot your shot. 100% of the shots that you don't take are the ones you miss because you never took them. So reach, trust, and make sure that they're credible. Don't just look. This is something that I really want to stress, and I'm sure you can vouch for it too, Sandy. No matter what business you're in, if you're reaching out to collaborators or influencers, don't just go by their numbers. You have to consider their engagement. How are people really engaging with them in the comments or in their how they're engaging back, because some of them may not have the biggest numbers, but their engagement is there and people are actually commenting and responding, and there is an effect. You have folks that have millions of followers, but when they actually engage, nobody's engaging back and they don't move anything. So make sure that you're really researching. I know a couple of friends, I say this to try to keep someone from going through it, do your research, because I have some friends who have reached out to influencers and they pretty much took the money and left and they didn't do the work. So
Wow.
know who you're going after, just food for thought.
Yeah.
And the smart partnerships, look for brands or collaborators who actually align, but who align with your mission and can really multiply your reach, like we said.
Yeah.
So Sandy, let me ask you, Zolan.
Yeah.
How do you know if a collaboration is right for your brand?
You know, I have done so many collaborations, and there have been some that I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? And then there have been some that have been so almost like it was just like a godsend, because we were so aligned, so on the same page. I'm actually doing an event for the second time with a partner in September 25th, called to Lead, for women in leadership that want to be in positions of leadership. And I'll shout her out right now to my business collab, Kelly Roach. Her and I did our first event together. It was amazing. Like, both of us, you know, I think it's amazing when you can come to the table and you both know your strengths and weaknesses and what you bring to the table, and you're clear about it, you're in alignment on it. And I think for a collaboration, what's really, really important is being able to have that communication up front, not when you're days, weeks, months into the project and you're like, oh, by the way, never told you this, not my wheelhouse, or by the way, I'm not good at X, Y, and Z. Like, be upfront, have strong communication. And that's what I would say on a business partnership side. And I would say on a collaboration sponsorship side, find products, services, businesses that you're probably already using and that you love. Don't just take something for a paycheck and pretend like you love it, because again, back to authenticity, it's going to show. People are going to know, and it's just better to be in alignment from the beginning than try and fake something for $1.
Yep. Come on. I believe it. And even if you're a good actor, people notice when all you're doing is selling every brand, because then you have no identity.
Yes. Right.
You have no identity. And it's like, okay, they're selling something again. Oh, they're selling, and they'll just tend to swipe through. So even if you're a good actor or actress, we're like, oh, I can sell it. Like, oh, I bought into it, but then I bought it and it's not. And it's not what you told me.
It's not it. And then that's the thing. You have to like live and die by your word, right? Because if people are trusting you, they're trusting you that you're going to deliver a product or a service that is at a certain level and expectation. Like, you better believe that like your reputation is going to be on the line. So whatever you put out, people are either going to love you for it because they're like, oh my gosh, it made my life so much easier. My home, my kids, my whatever it is, just my life in general. Or they're going to be like, that was a waste of money and I'm never going to buy it again.
And you can't please everybody. Understand that. We're not saying that you can please everybody, but if you stand by it, you'll have more confidence when you're speaking.
Yes, absolutely. Well, our final piece, our step 5, is to scale and sell smart. So Reese sold Hello Sunshine at its peak value. Did we mention $900 million? Okay. For entrepreneurs, know when to reinvest and when to cash out. An example of this would be scaling an online course and licensing it to a bigger platform. So what signs should you look for before making those big moves?
I think we talked about it. Number one, making sure that the brand aligns with you. Because I've had instances where I've seen where friends of mine have invested so much time into a brand, and it's not even a brand that they care about. And it ends up being a more investment on their part than it's supposed to be pouring back in. So make sure that number one thing is aligned. That's what I would say. What
and
about
for
you?
the people that you bring on. I mean, if you're making big moves where you're aligning with someone and you're scaling and you're selling, you also want to think about, because like if Reese is selling at her peak value for that 900 million, imagine if she would have sold too early and she only got 100 million for it. I mean, look, it's still a big number, but there's a big difference between 100 and 900 million, right? So it's also doing your due diligence, knowing the value and the worth, but also being smart about when and where and how you do it. Coming up, the rapid fire rounds. We'll share our favorite restyle strategies and answer 8 quick questions that'll inspire your next big move. Keep watching.
Looking for inspiration to help you navigate motherhood and everyday life with grace and authenticity? Life of a Cherry Wife is your go-to space where Jessica Cherry shares real moments from her journey as a mom, along with lifestyle tips and everyday favorites that make life a little easier and a lot more fun. Through her blog and social content, Jessica reminds women that life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. It just has to be real. Follow her journey on Instagram at Life of a Cherry Wife.
Welcome back, Connect fam. You're watching the Connect Network TV. It's time for our rapid fire round. So 8 questions, fast answers. Think of it like speed dating, but for your brand strategy. So instead of finding love, you might just find yourself there, your next $1 million idea. So let's see who's ready to think like Reese. So Stitch, my question for you is, which book would you pick if you had Reese's reach?
Well, I read it in college. I would have picked The Handmaid's Tale, but they already did. And I know it would have been a gold mine because it is. They've already done they've already done series, movies, and all the things for it. But I read the book before actually seeing the movie. And that is a prime example of how a book can turn into, and this is an old book that we had to read for political science, but you can see it stood the test of time. Even now they're doing an upgraded series for Handmaid's Tale, so that would be mine.
Amazing.
So Sandy, I got a question. Can I go? Okay,
let's go.
Stage or streaming, where does your brand live and thrive?
Okay, well, I love both of these. I love a stage and I love streaming. The best thing and the best part about streaming is you literally have a stage in your pocket. So streaming all day, every day, because the content never sleeps. If your brand lives on streaming, you're building something that's always open, that's always available, always making money. We love that money, honey. So even while you're binge watching somebody else's series, you can still have that visibility and engagement coming in.
Cheers. Love it.
All right, Stitch. Name a small overlooked community you serve right now that has the potential to scale big.
I would have to say my podcast listeners. They're engaged, they're loyal, and they're really constantly asking for more. So I just need to do a better job. Talk about consistency. See? Pointing the fingers at us too. Well, I'm pointing it at me. Sandy be getting it. Okay. So, and they're asking for more. I know if I invest the right way and maybe with a private community or premium content, I could really take it, that intimacy and multiply it 10x. I genuinely believe that. So yeah, that's me. Y'all pray for me.
We'll be waiting. We'll be waiting.
Thank you, Sandy. As we wait for, what is it? September 25th. You're doing it with Miss Roach.
Yes, September 25th. Call to Lead. They can check that out. So excited. 200 women right here in South Florida.
I love it. Shake and bake, so you can get fluid out, and we have to talk about that. See if we can fly some people out. Okay, that sounds like Bill, but we'll take it. All right. Here's a question: one tool that you use to connect directly and personally with your audience. Go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have 2 answers for you here. I'm going to say my podcast, which is also then repurposed onto my YouTube channel and onto a TV show, and then weekly IG lives, because it's real time without the overwhelm. You get instant feedback. You get the faces and the names when you're on IG live. And also what I love about the podcasting, the TV show, the YouTube channel is that I get people that tell me, I get my viewers, listeners, watchers, whatever you want to call them, subscribers, fans, friends that write in and say, hey, we want you to talk about this topic or that topic, or I'm struggling here, or what do you think about this? And I can go in real time and share on long form content, and that lives there on the platform forever. And then amazing with IG Live, you can be there, you can shoot it, there's replays, you can repurpose, and it just checks all the boxes.
Love it. Shake and bake. I'm here for it. All right.
So question for you.
Okay.
How would you pre-read what your audience wants before you spend a dime on production or marketing?
Yeah, true story. I ask, honestly. I just ask them and see what they want and what they think. I sincerely just ask, like, hey guys, you like this? What do you think? And they'll be honest. And truly early access polls, sneak previews, give them a taste kind of like track engagement and see where they lean into most. If the comment section lights up, you've got your green light. Or if it lights up in a good way, not lightens up, but if it lights up, then you've pretty much probably on a good track.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I got a question. Can I go?
Yes.
Okay. So if you sold your business for $900 million tomorrow, what's the first manager level hire you'd make and why?
Yeah. Well, I think when you're at that point, you have to have someone who's in it, who's in the thick of it. So a community lead who can protect and grow the engagement and what you've built. So you can't buy authenticity and connection. So I would have someone there in the nitty gritty looking to see what was going on, what's in the heartbeat of the community, and what more people are looking for.
I love it.
All right. Which Reese project would inspire your next pivot or expansion?
I'd probably say Shine On with Reese, because elevating women's voices never goes out of style, to be honest with you. And somebody is always going through something and has something to share that could probably help the next person. So it's not just content. It's a platform for discovery, for amplifying underrepresented voices, and for really creating emotional connection at scale.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, pero I got another question. Can I ask?
All right.
Okay. Lightning round twist. What's one thing your brand could teach Reese?
Well, other than how to slay their day and be productive and have time management, I'd show her how to make the jump from storytelling to story living, where your audience isn't just consuming, they're participating and co-creating the narrative.
That's good. that love that. So that was fun. Tap, tap, tap. We go tap, tap, tap. And don't forget to tap in with us. Okay. Tell us what you're working on, what you got going on, or maybe you want us to help you amplify your voice right here on the Connect Network TV. Connect with us on IG, Connect Network TV. Follow us, comment, send us a DM. Or remember, you can also catch past episodes, binge watching us, darling, Netflix style, on our website. Just hop on over connectnetworktv.com. And in the meantime, you can keep up with me, your girl Stitches, at STICHIZ Stitches, all over social media. And if you're about in Canada or maybe in Chicago, you might hear a familiar voice on some sports channels, yeah? Or watching the WNBA or something, yeah. Sandy, what about you? How can we stay tapped in?
Yes, so at Sandy Glant on all the platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, all the things, at Slay Your Day Official. And if you head over to, I believe it's sandraglant.com/call-to-lead, we'll link it as well. You can get tickets to join me and 200 of South Florida's most powerful women at this amazing high performance networking event where we're going to have ROI in the room for you to connect, collaborate, and lead for every level of your life.
I love it. September 25th.
That's right. Get your tickets.
I remember. I'm good.
There we go. Connect, fam. We love you. Thank you for being here with us today. Be safe and make sure that you tell somebody you love them today.
And don't forget, love you for
free.
Hi, I'm Ananda Lewis. I help women thrive. You can find me on Instagram at I'm Ananda Lewis or on my new app, Elixir, available in all app stores right now. And you're watching the Connect Network TV.